Large multinational corporations and government organizations need a centralized system to manage their complex operations. They use SAP as their digital operating system. Within that system, the FICO module functions as the central processor for all financial data. This diagram outlines the two halves of the FICO module. On the left is FI, or financial accounting. This half handles all external reporting. It generates the formal balance sheets and profit and loss statements that are required by external auditors, banks, and tax authorities. On the right is CO, or controlling. This half handles internal management data. It tracks department-level costs, analyzes profitability, and provides the budget metrics that company executives use to make internal business decisions. By uniting external accounting and internal cost analysis into a single real-time platform, FICO ensures that regulators and executives are operating from the exact same dataset. Before you can track a single dollar in SAP, you have to build the company's enterprise structure. This is a digital mapping that perfectly mirrors the real-world legal boundaries of the business. This chart shows the required hierarchy. At the absolute top is the client. This represents the complete SAP system installation. Mapping out this precise hierarchy in the system first, it is technically impossible to run SAP financial accounting. The configuration sequence begins at the top. To define the parent group, we navigate to the command field and enter transaction code OX15. Here, you enter the standard group details, like the registered address, the country key, and the base currency. You also assign a company key. This identifier must be unique to the system, and it has a strict limit of 6 alphanumeric characters. When you hit save, a prompt will appear asking for a customizing request. This is an essential workflow mechanism built into SAP. To understand why this prompt appears, look at this map of an SAP project environment. Systems are split into 3 stages. Configuration is done in development, move to quality assurance for testing, and finally reaches production. The customizing request, or transport request, acts as a secure moving box, shipping your development configuration safely down the line. By forcing every change into a transport request, SAP ensures that all structural modifications are tracked and tested and kept entirely separate from live business data until they are ready. With the parent group defined, we move one level down to create the company code, the actual legal entity that processes daily financial transactions. Using transaction code OX02, you configure the address and local currency. While the parent company uses 6 characters to run group consolidation, the company code is strictly limited to 4 characters. This entity generates independent financial statements, including its balance sheet. Every single financial transaction posted in SAP FI must belong to one of these specific 4-character company codes. We have created both entities, but a consolidated group report will fail because the database doesn't automatically link them. We must manually map them. We use T-code OX16 to firmly connect our 4-character legal entity to our 6-character parent group. Without this explicit assignment step, the parent group has no visibility into its subsidiaries, and consolidated reporting will simply not function. You can verify this mapping by returning to the configuration menu in OX02. You will now see the 4-character company code safely nested alongside its assigned parent group key. The baseline hierarchy is built. However, mandatory technical requirements, like assigning a chart of accounts and defining a fiscal year, are still needed before the system will allow you to post your first live invoice. Here is the blueprint we mapped today. The hierarchy begins at the client, moves down to define the 6-character parent group with OX15, establishes the 4-character subsidiary with OX02, and locks them together using the assignment code OX16. And all of these structural changes are securely packaged into a transport request, guaranteeing safe passage from development through quality assurance testing and into production. Mastering this foundational architecture is the mandatory first step to operating the world's most powerful corporate financial system.